Good morning, Infinity. Good morning. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Am I clear? Am I coming up in the yellows, Daniel? Awesome. I should be. That's a good thing. That means that I can hear you and you can hear me. My name is Jeff Obafemi-Carr. I'm the Chief Spiritual Officer here at the Infinity Fellowship, and I'm excited to welcome you to If Speak Sunday. It is the last If Speak Sunday of the year 2021. Which is the year of alignment. You got your coffee, you got your tea, you got your smoothie, you got your water, you got whatever you need. Have you gathered the family together? Have you put everybody around the TV and put us up on YouTube? Have you blasted us out on Facebook? Have you tagged your friends? Have you called your people? Have you said, hey, let's hit like, let's hit subscribe, let's go in and make this happen. And let's play the last trivia of If Speak Sunday as we get that ready for you. It's a great day. This is how we close out the year of alignment, y'all. The year of alignment is about making sure that you are in position to live the best life that you ever wanted to live. So we've got a great interactive conversation to have with you today at the Infinity Fellowship. We want to welcome you into the space as you are gathering people, as you are making sure that you push those likes on Facebook, that you push that subscription button on YouTube, and that you call your people together and say, hey, that spiritual space that I've been talking about, it's here, it's now, and we're ready to go on this awesome third Sunday in December 2021. Let's celebrate the holidays together. Let's play some trivia as we get our service started. Let's see how many answers you get right. I'll see you on the other side. And we're ready for service today. We invite you into the space and we welcome you into the space today. It's good to have you. It's good to see you. It's good to know that you have tuned in. We hope you had a good time playing some of our holiday trivia. A lot of good facts in there, a lot of good information in there. We want to always make sure that you're uplifted in a positive way, but we're also learning something together. And some questions that we have that can enlighten us. I know our kids love to play that trivia, so hopefully your kids and family members get to do that too. I invite you to the sacred beginning of our service with meditation and prayer. So prepare yourselves for opening the portal today. We invite you to bring it down now in a space and just begin to absorb the energy. Begin to breathe a little deeper. Slow it down. Good. Just like that. Continue to breathe deeper. Embrace the quietude. Inhale a little deeper. Exhale a little deeper. Good, just like that. Inhale slower. Exhale slower. Good. Inhale. Exhale. You're now in control of your breathing. Good. Embrace the quietude now. Just like that. All is well, and we want to make sure that we're breathing now. And we're breathing in the stillness and the quietude. Good. Just like that. Go ahead and allow your eyes to close. As you tune in, tune into the inner space. Absorb the music in its quietness. Good. And as you begin to embrace the still moment, then we receive the energy that is here in this space today. We're going to take me down. We're going to take my mic down a little bit so we go back to the normal. We're going to take my mic down so we can go back to that level where the mark is, and we're going to take the music down so that you can embrace that quietude in that space today. We want to make sure that you're breathing and you're in the stillness. Good. Just like that. If your eyes are not already closed, we invite you to close those eyes. And just begin to breathe in even deeper. Send that energy down into that lower part of your belly. Good, just like that. Feel the goodness enter into your body now. As we align ourselves with the positive frequency vibration of love. Accepting in this moment that all is well, that all our needs are met. And in this still quiet place is the space that we invoke the Spirit of God, that we evoke the Spirit of God, that we embrace the Spirit of divine source. And the word that we use often is God. A few more breaths like this. And as we are in the space of the Holy Day season, we invite you to go into the space within for prayer by bowing all heads in the space, by opening all hearts, by closing all eyes, and focusing on that divine energy that is within all of us. All wise, all knowing, all loving divine source, Father and Mother God, loving spirit of our commonality, we recognize in this moment that you are the divine source of everything, of all that was, all that is, all that ever can be, and that you are the loving, living spirit of our commonality. And although we perceive your energy by different names, we are united by knowing your one energy, and that energy is the divine love, the divine joy, the divine peace, the divine space of gratitude that we celebrate today here at Infinity. We celebrate in this moment being able to breathe together wherever we are in the globe. We celebrate that your reach is infinite, that your love is infinite, that your grace is infinite, that your power is infinite. So as we are in this portal of love right now, I speak a special blessing of peace over the souls that have transitioned over the last several days. Those friends and families who have made the journey from life on this side to life after life on the other. We speak that we have absorbed their lessons and that we have seen examples that will give us inspiration to live our lives in the right now. I speak a blessing over the holy days that are in the season right now, the Mass of Christ or Christ Mass or Christmas, the passing of the holiday of Hanukkah, the embracing of the winter solstice and the transitions of the seasons, the energy of Kwanzaa. May these holidays produce practices that reinforce love in humanity, that reinforce joy in humanity, that reinforce empathy in humanity year-round. We speak a prayer for those who are traveling during this season, that they may reach their destination safe and sound and find a space of frequency alignment. I speak a prayer to those who have been heartbroken during this season, that they will retain and regain their health, their strength, and their focus. We want to thank you for an awesome 2021, a year of alignment, healings for those who have undergone procedures and who have come from different spaces and places, who have arrived at infinity, who have found a place of home and love. We speak a full and powerful future, and that something is said or shared today that will remind everyone that all is well, all is good, and we are born to be the difference we want to see in the world. For these things, and for others that we cannot put into words, we simply say, thank you. And so it is. Deep inhale together. Exhale and release. And together the people say, Amen. Amen. Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. It is done. And we are excited to equally begin our service with the pouring of libations. The pouring of libations is an ancient ritual, and we are at the holy day season. So it's an awesome time for us to remember. It's an awesome time for us to bring to the table those people who have gotten us to the space we need to be in. You're exactly where you're supposed to be anyway. I hope you know that. But we celebrate those who have gone before, no matter what our ethnicity is, our race, our culture. We celebrate those whose shoulders we stand upon. We recognize that there is no death, that energy is not destroyed or created. It just simply changes form. And if that is true scientifically, don't you know it's true spiritually as well? And so as we pour this libation, we pour out water that represents the living into the earth, that represents what happens to this physical earth suit when we can no longer use it. And that completes that cycle of infinity, completes that space of love and that space of respect. So I'm inviting you today on this last If Speak Sunday to go ahead and type the names of the ancestors who pop into your memory space today into the chat box, and or call their names aloud when we pour the libation. It's a powerful ritual. We unite all of our energy when we pause to have moments like this. As we pour this water, we use a Yoruba word, ashe. Y'all say that with me, ashe. I hear you at home, wherever you are. That word not only means, and so it is a proclamation of reality. It is a word that means essence. It is a word that means breath. It is a word that means spirit. It is a word that means consciousness. What a powerful way to connect the energy today. To not be blinded by these physical bodies and the differences we have, but to unite in one energy, ashe. So we pour today to those who have transitioned, including some of the people who existed in the larger space of what we call celebrity or fame or consciousness, including the great cultural critic and writer, Brother Greg Tate, ashe, including a wonderful Nollywood star who was beloved, who transitioned with his battle with cancer, winning the space of life after life, and transitioning our good sister, Aya Fubara, her brother, who was a legend, a young legend. We're going to miss him on celluloid and in the space, but we know his energy is even powerful, more powerful now. Brother Karibi Fubara, ashe. We also pour to the energies of one of the greatest writers that we've known in our generation, from right up the road on the border town of Kentucky, put so much into the world in terms of embracing the power of the divine feminine. Writer, culture critic, powerful innate goddess, our sister who transitioned at 69, Sister Bell Hooks, ashe. Go get every book she's got. And so now as we pour to the rest of the ancestors we hear coming in and we feel coming in from all over, we say, cool water, freshen this house today. Freshen and consecrate today's ceremony and service and ritual. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, divine source in all creation. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe, ashe, ashe. We pour to the energies of the north that give us grounding. Ashe. To the energies of the south, that energy that reminds us where we come from. Ashe. To the energies of the east, where the sun rises. Ashe. To the energy of the west, where the lunar cycle begins. Ashe. To the ground below us we pour, we can remain standing strong in where we know we belong. Ashe. To the skies and heavens above us, that blank landscape where we see our dreams, gives us the ability to pull those dreams from that blank landscape into the landscape that we call the manifested reality. Ashe. And finally, to the space that intersects all of the directions, the space of the heart. This is the space we focus on right now. It's the space we love and we embrace. We recognize it now as such. Ashe. As we pour the next few pours of water, call the names aloud, whisper them into the consciousness space. Remember them. Poor Spirit Frazier, Mother Bernice Brunson. And to the children in the womb, world, and yet unborn, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe-o. And so it is. Good morning, Infinity. What a great time to be around. We are here for the final If Speak Sunday in 2021. It also is Sister Kenitha. Good to see you. Good to see you over there. We got Sister Kenitha in the spot. She is actually in the house, and we're happy to have her over there. She is looking absolutely fabulous. You look absolutely fabulous. Give us the musician's cam so we can see Daniel. Look at that. That's Sister Kenitha, and she is over there looking absolutely fabulous in the space. It is time for us to generate gratitude. So we invite you in this space to help us generate gratitude, to be a part of generating gratitude by typing in the box a good morning. All you got to do is say good morning. All you got to do is let us know where you're broadcasting in from and give us one thing that you're grateful for on this final If Speak Sunday of 2021. It is the year of alignment. How do they do, Kenitha? How's that? The year of alignment. How's that? Is that you clap it? The year of alignment. Is that how you do it? That's how it does it. So we're in this space of alignment today. So we want you to celebrate with us by generating the gratitude. And one way that you generate gratitude is you sing along with us in a wonderful song that we call Good Morning to You. Da 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 da. That's all it is. Good morning to you. So as we sing this song along with you, I'm going to read off some of your moments of gratitude. Others we're going to put up on the screen. So come on and be a part of this awesome generation of gratitude as we say good morning to you. One thing that you're grateful for. I'm grateful today for our tech crew. We've got Tony Insignaris producing today. We got young Daniel Carr running on our cameras too. So y'all keep them lifted. Let's go. Come on.
Good morning to you.
Yeah.
A good morning to you.
A good morning.
A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 a da 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 a da da. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. And all of you, a good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Say,
Some good things coming in already. Shout out to Brother Clyde Hilliard. It's good to see you, Brother Clyde, you and the family. And we've got Sister Antonia, Miss Antonia, who is his neighbor. Y'all remember when we set the prayer up? Well, she came through her procedure and she came through with flying results. We're happy to see you. Send Sister Antonia our love, your neighbor, brother, the Hilliard family. We know that prayer works, and when you speak manifestation in a high space, we know that it generates it. All right, who else do we have coming in? We're going to speak some folks. We've got Martin in the house. If family GQ. Yeah, we GQ this morning. We know we're going to keep that energy going in that space today. We're going to feel it. Coming in from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Shout out to my family in Bowling Green, Kentucky and Tennessee. Shout out to the family in Bowling Green, especially with what's happened there in Maysfield and other spaces, Hopkinsville. We know they went through the tornado, but we see that people from all over the country are coming in and showering spaces in Kentucky and Louisiana that were hit. People are responding so much that they don't know what to do with all the supplies and the resources. This is an awesome opportunity for humanity to show who we are as spirits navigating this human experience in this space. Good to see Christina. You're in the house here from Nashville, Tennessee. That means we're going to see you in person in a few weeks, I know. Grateful for my spiritual growth and all the good that is to come. We're grateful for it too. We're happy to have you in the space. We're grateful to be here in the space today as well. We also are grateful to see, Sister Lakeisha's in the house. Grateful for breath and healing. We're grateful for you too. Your gifts and your talents, Lakeisha. Can't wait to see you in the space today. We got Cindy in the house. What's up, Cindy? What's up, Neo? What's going on? We got a great card from Cindy and Neo in the mail this week. Grateful for amazing friends, ... Yes, tell Neo we right here with you. Neo, what's up, man? What's up? We got you. We're sending you love. We feel the love that y'all sent, and we're sending it right back to y'all, too. It's been a great time. Sister Michelle is in the house. Sister Mayberry is giving us a good morning from Texas. Grateful for all my family and my friends. Yes. I love it in the space today. Brother Ra is in the spot today. Good morning and happy new day today. Aom. He sent us the mantra of peace, power, and manifestation. Aom. We could do that and just take the rest of the service there. Ma'at Hotep, justice, peace, righteousness, and love in that space as well. We love it. We got Gigi in the house. Coach Gigi. Thank you for being okay after taking COVID. Thankful for being okay after taking the COVID booster on Friday. Awesome.
Yes.
Ready to go. Ready to go right now. Yeah, ready to go right now. I'm in a good mood today, y'all. I hope y'all are too. I hope y'all are ready for this today. Coach Gigi, to you, to Brother Gary, we're sending love out to you all. And we're sending energy into the universe for you, for manifestation and for perfect health and alignment in that space. Brother Earl is in the house. Good to see you, Brother Earl. Grateful for my 6-month-old granddaughter, Layla, and my daughter, Jamila, expecting in June.
Oh, congratulations.
Come on, spirits, into this manifestation. Come on into this reality so we can keep building and keep growing and introducing more loving people into the universe, because what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love. Come on, choir, the love. We don't have a choir.
We'll get there. We almost there.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. It's going to be there. I'm looking forward to it. Everything is coming up a song, which means that that's a good sign for today. We're in the space. Angie Bartlett-Treese is in the space today. Good morning, If family. Reporting in from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Grateful for family. We're grateful for you. We're also grateful, Sister Angie, for you sending during the week something that we're consuming today. For the tech crew especially. She sent us some banana bread.
Yes, sir.
And some zucchini bread. And it's homemade country style. I don't know about you, but I come to eat some bread. So I got to work my energy up extra today so that I can enjoy a couple of slices of that banana and zucchini bread. Thank y'all for that, sending it in. We're really getting back to that in-person energy that we have here. When people bring the muffins and the coffee and we sit and have that, that's what Infinity is. So we're going to have that virtual space for you too. Robin is in the house. Grateful for Sister Kanita's energy today. Oh, give us a shot of Kenita's energy today. Daniel, get us over to the musicians camp. She got it. She's up here. I'm the backup dancer today.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey. So yeah, it's grateful. It's wonderful. And that's how it is around Infinity. That's that infinite energy that's in that space. Tony, I is grateful to be working with Brother Daniel today and being here at Infinity. We're grateful for you too, Brother T. We're grateful for Brother Daniel, who is diving head first in.
That's right.
And staying focused on that screen in front of him. And switching with the cameras and going the first time he's doing that. We're grateful for Brother Joshua, who is on the road today, celebrating with his friends. So we're speaking traveling grace and peace and love and joy and fun and rejuvenation before you get ready for that college semester.
Woo!
In January.
How about that?
How about that? That's the way it goes. So we're in the space today. We want to invite you to join us. Do we have anything else, T? I see a thumb go up. Okay, we're good. We're clear. All right, so anything else that you have that you want to generate gratitude for, do so, because if you're in the box, people talk to each other.
Yes.
When somebody shares a grateful moment, click like, click love, click the hearts, and let's generate the love in this space that we call Infinitude. It's time for our statement of Infinitude. We're inviting up Sister Kenita Carr. Asheo.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, so welcome into the Infinity Experience live online. And you know what? We like to remind you of a couple of things here at Infinity that we always want you to remember. And if you're new, here's something else that you should know about. One, here at Infinity, we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That is an intensely personal, beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we simply affirm your unique connection. Number two, whatever you call that source energy, you'll hear us say God interchangeably with the universe, divine source. What you see, baby, is the proof it was showing off when you were created after the same image and likeness. How awesome is that? And so now it's time to speak aloud the core agreements that bring us together at Infinity. We call that Infinitude, okay? Infinitude is defined in the dictionary as a state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. We have a unique mix of faith backgrounds at Infinity, but what centers us is the spirituality we all share in common. For us, Infinitude is defined as infinity with an attitude. Get the snap in. And that attitude is gratitude. And the snap you just heard is our spiritual practice that gives us life and meaning. Snap is on your screen, and we recommend you take some time on both and meditate on both it and the statement of Infinitude by visiting our website at myif.org. The essence Snap is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action, because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, the P is for the proof. We want that proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful that you all are here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our source, the commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. I invite you to join us in the affirmation of our statement of Infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Hotep.
Hotep.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Ashe.
Ashe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. And as we release into that space, it's time for us to welcome our first-time visitors. If you are a first-timer at Infinity, go ahead and type first time in the box. And as you type first time, what's going to happen is people all over the globe, from LA in California to Rwanda in Africa and every point in between, they're going to shower you with hearts, with power fists, with all of the wonderful internet emojis that are out there. They're going to shower you with love, and we're going to welcome you in the space for the first time. After you type first time, I want you to recognize that you are here for a purpose and you're here for a reason. You are here in this energy because somebody loved you enough to say, I want you to come to an affirming space on Sunday. We want you to be in a loving space on Sunday. We want you to show up in a Sunday service that does not condemn you, but uplifts you. A service that does not tear you down with the premise that there is something inherently wrong with you, but lifts you up in a space where you recognize that you are born in the divine image and likeness of the Creator. And as such, you are born for great things. So give a high five to whoever sent you to this space and recognize that you are here to live, to love, to grow just like everyone else. Even if you're not a first timer, we give you the same greeting. We give you the same welcome. We give you the same energy in this space. And it's a wonderful space to be in. So on first and second Sundays, our standard service operates in its wonderful way with the voices of Infinity. On third Sundays like today, it's very special and unique. This is the space where we gather together and we give a message and you get to ask questions. So as you prepare yourself for our alignment message today, know that this is a space where we want you to grow individually and not depend on other people for your spirituality. That's an awesome frontier to explore, isn't it? So listen, wherever you are in the world, take a deep breath here. Exhale and let it go. And recognize this, in this moment of peace, we see you for who you truly are. We know the who, what, where, when, and why. Most importantly, we don't see you as a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. I hope you know it's the other way around. You're a spirit who is navigating the human experience, just like the rest of us. And so, in this moment, we hold our hands up to you. And we invite you to receive our visitor's welcome. Go ahead and take another deep breath. Exhale and release it. If you're with somebody else in your house, turn to them and tell them to hold their hands up to you and send you some energy to repeat what I'm going to have to say. If you are at home by yourself and you just want to receive this energy, open your hands and receive this wonderful greeting. Even if you are a regular timer and not a first timer. If you got kids in the kitchen, if you got people running around, tell them, hey, stop. I got something to say to you and I need you to hear. So take a deep breath in, exhale and release, and repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Aseo. Hey, feeling that energy in the space today. Pass around some high fives. Pass around some love. Pass around some energy. Hey. Infinite. So relax yourself, get into it. Space is infinite. Relax yourself and get into it. Come on, this space is infinite. Just relax yourself and get into it. I keep it going. And as we prepare ourselves for giving, as we prepare ourselves for giving back, I will give a little bit of a caveat before we get to the giving space. There may be something going on with the Infinite stream on Facebook. So if at any point something doesn't come through on Facebook, if it tends to cut out, always switch over to YouTube. YouTube tends to have a stronger stream on us and with us, but we're going to continue the flow and we appreciate it. We're keeping up a monitor on YouTube as well on our phones. So as long as we continue that stream, we ought to be A-OK. So we invite you in this space now to prepare for the giving space of infinity as we begin to send that energy into the universe. Giving is a powerful part of how you give back. This is the space where you get to participate in the service fully from a space of abundance and prosperity. Prosperity being your physical body being healthy. Yes. Isn't that a good thing? Prosperity being your relationships that are healthy and working all the time. Is that not a good thing? Prosperity is walking in your divine purpose and doing what you love to do. So much that it's not work, it's play. And the money that you need and resources that you need to live the life that you want to live. This is how we begin it. We begin it in the space of good. You can participate in giving via Cash App. via PayPal or via mail. All of those are ways to participate as a part of this community as you prepare yourself for that space of good, as you prepare yourself for the space of change. Y'all know when we give, we sing the song, Everything is Good. And when we say everything is good, we recognize that that's the vibrational frequency that we're putting out into the universe. More on that in the message coming up in a minute. But for right now, I want you to tune that frequency to the space of giving and good. For those of you who have given over the year of alignment in 2021, I know your testimonies. I am so grateful for the notes that you send. I'm so grateful for the emails that you send. I'm so grateful for the texts that you send that tell us and tell us, hey, I changed the way I saw money this year. I stopped saying, one day when I make it big, I'm going to become a giver. And I started giving. And then as a result, everything that came to me was increased. So I saw that the more I was able to give, the more was given to me. That's because we can't beat the universe and what it gives to us. What's the price that you put on breathing? What's the price that you put on an analytical mind? What's the price that you put on wisdom being bestowed on you from friends and strangers? You can't put a price on that, can you? So let's give today according to how it has been given to us by the ancestors, by the universe, by all of these synonymous and synchronous terms that we use to say God is good. Yes. All right, so prepare ourselves in that space today. Take a deep breath. Exhale and let it go. As we prepare for alignment, we also recognize and remember, for those of you who are new to giving, you know that at the first of the year, you get your statement for what you've given over the entire year. You also know that Infinity is not just a place to gather and have fun. It's a space of spiritual growth and development, and it's also an institution. It is an official religious charitable institution. It is an official 501c3. That means that your giving not only comes back to you in all of the abundance that you get in your life, but in a very practical term for you accountants out there, it's 100% tax deductible as well. So yes, you get your statement and the government gives to you as well. Isn't it great for the government to join the energy of God for once? Here we are. So let us take a deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Repeat this energy after me. Everything is good.
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 I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it good.
I got it good.
We're going to bring up our offertory affirmation on the screen, and we invite you to say it along with us. We say it every time we give at Infinity. It supercharges our goal, our giving in a powerful way, and it puts us in a place where we can give corporately together and charge that energy up. Let's say it together. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. And the ways of giving are now on the screen for you. You can give via Cash App. And you can take a picture of the slide as well. We got new technology. $ Infinity Fellowship is the Cash App handle. PayPal, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. And mail, of course, Infinity Fellowship, 641 West Nocturne Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37207. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. I got it good. Come on, voices. Sister Kenitha, take us on in.
Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything
got it good today. We got it awesome today. Y'all heard the car girls in the background singing backup. But y'all good? Y'all got it good today? Yeah? If I bring y'all up here, y'all gonna smile and say we got it good? Which one of you gonna smile and say we got it good? Smooch, you gonna come up here and smile? Say you got it good? Come here. Come here. Show everybody the holiday smile. Go right there. Right there, right there. Is that the holiday smile?
That's that holiday smile.
You say I got it good?
I got it good.
All right. I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it good. Say it.
I got it good.
Mwah. Thank you. All right, that was Smoochy. We got it good. Y'all, we got a couple of announcements to give today, and we want to make sure that we just kind of highlight some good things that are happening. Sister Kanika want to come over and hang out with me so we can get ready for our goodness? Listen, before we tell you about a couple of things that are happening in the space, we want you to share. Go ahead and type in your standing ovations. So if you have something that has happened for you that has manifested, an accomplishment that has brought you joy, something that you have applied, that you have learned here in this space that has allowed you to manifest something good, we want to give you a standing ovation today. This is the third Sunday. So that means that next Sunday is Yoga Sunday. So this means this is our time for standing ovations. And then after standing ovations, that means that our next standing ovation moment will be in 2022 for you.
Woo!
Aside from our New Year's Eve celebration.
Yes.
Yeah, Tony?
No, for those things, just want to present innovation, some people have the name Facebook user or don't have a name. So
Sure.
make they put their name in either in the front or either at the end of what they're.
Great.
Because we don't know who they are.
Okay, great. Listen, technology and the way it's going, and as Mr. Zuckerberg continues his quest to dominate the world of technology and his transition into the metaverse, we want to make sure that you don't get caught up in that. So type your name as well. If you're especially on Facebook, it's coming through the feed sometimes as Facebook user. So if you don't mind typing your name and saying, hey, this is fill in the blank, and here's my standing ovation, we'll make sure that we get you up as well. So type that in so we can get to that when we get to that moment in the space. I want to welcome you to December, the final month in the year of alignment 2021.
Everything's going my way.
That's been our mantra all year.
Yes.
Everything's going my way.
Yes.
Everything is still going your way. So we want you to be mindful of that. And so we speak that this energy continues to grow and to go in this space for you. Next week is Yoga Sunday. We have made it through all of the chakras in the energy system of the body. We have made it through in a powerful way. So next week, we're going to put together the entire Infinity flow. So we invite you, no matter what your level is, to join us for Yoga Sunday and end the year in style. It is a way for you to wrap up the year of alignment by putting your body in a space of alignment with your mind and your spirit. We're not going to leave your body out.
Sure.
And we're not going to leave it out for 2021 and 2022. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be strong. And we want you to be here for all the goodness that you have been waiting for. So come on with us next Sunday, same time, same space. It's the only Yoga Sunday in the known universe. And we've been doing Yoga Sunday for the last 7 years. We're in the 8th year of doing it. We're the only Sunday service where the service on 4 Sundays is Yoga Sunday. If there's anyone else that's doing it, please feel free to jump on in. But hashtag Yoga Sunday, that's what you find at Infinity Fellowship. Next, we have coming up our New Year's Eve celebration. Bring it in 2022, bring it in 2022, done bring it in 22. I be making up songs. I tell my kids that. 22, usually we have our in-person. We're going to have a hybrid mix, y'all, of in-person and virtual. So for those of you who are watching virtually, there are going to be places where we can celebrate. We can do our countdown together. You all know we do our fire ritual where we leave the things of 2021 we don't want to take. We bring it into 2022. You all know we do our vision board workshop as well. So we are planning, and we will send out on the email list, the Facebook group, and we will send out, post on our public Facebook page as well, activities this week. All you know that you need to do is reserve December 31st to bring in the new year with the New Year's theme for 2022. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to do a small group gathering here.
Yes, we'll have a few folks.
We're going to have a few folks.
Yay!
There's going to be a special event that's a ticketed item, so you're going to have to go get a ticket for it, and that's going to be awesome. But that ticket is going to come with food. It's going to come with energy for the children that are gathering as well. It's going to be a safe environment here on the property of the Infinity Center. And then the virtual option is going to be powerful as well. We get to talk one-on-one and get ourselves right for 2022. Isn't it going to be awesome? So we thank you for joining us. Well, everybody, those are the morning announcements for today. It's time for
Standing Ovations. Woo-hoo.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation.
Yes, so I'll explain a little bit of what standing ovations is, because this might be your first time and you're like, standing ovations, what is that? So our high energy at IF comes from our practice of snap. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys, that's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week, that's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives, that's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives. And honey, that is the proof, baby. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So what's going to happen is we're going to call off your names as we receive them. And then once your name is called, we're going to snap our fingers. So everybody out there in the world right now, we'll just snap your fingers so you can get your practice ready, right? We want to make sure we're ready. And then guess what? At the very end, we're going to do this obnoxious, crazy, fun, loud, standing ovation to raise the spirit even higher, the energy higher here. So yes, we're ready to get started, right?
All right. We got some good standing ovations this week. Got some great things coming. I'm going to send a standing ovation again. Yes. I'm sending the standing ovation out to Rebuilding Together Nashville, who came through. They have 90% completed a brand new deck for the outside of the Infinity Center. They've installed a new dishwasher for the kitchen. So when we do our community kitchen and our community meals for the schools that we partner with, we provide food for families. When we are in the holiday season, we're still delivering food boxes, but we also prepare and clean to take to the schools when they're doing testing in the neighborhood. And now we have a new dishwasher. So now our dishwasher, we need to give it a name, because our dishwashers have been named, you know, things like Alicia and Keita and Kenitha. Right. Now we have a dishwasher. So that is there. Landscaping is in place. And this week they're coming to fill the window panes and also install the dryer vent. So that now when we get receiving clothing donations for tornado relief and hurricane relief, we can actually wash the clothes here, but we can now also dry the clothes, because we have a donated washer and dryer. So for everything that we've got, we are full force for 2022. So standing ovation, Rebuilding Together Nashville. We're sending it to you. Next, we have standing ovation that's coming up. We've got one from, all right, we got Karen in the house. Karen is in the house. Good morning. Grateful for connection with my new sister, Jeanette. Good to see you, Jeanette. From Nubia on the phone yesterday, and the 2.44 miles walked while talking. Movement, speaking life and life abundantly. Thank you, Lord. We're sending that energy up for you too, for manifesting that talk and walk, because that is a huge thing to get done. We're glad to see you in the space today. Next we have,
This one's actually 2 parts.
we got 2 parts from Brother Justin. Brother Dr. Justin, so much to celebrate this week. One, my fiance in Ghana, remember sending that energy in last week, who is a fashion designer, launched her winter collection, and it's already almost sold out. manifestation in the house today. Click the next part we've got. 2, the healthcare company I work for is giving me a huge bonus to move to Shreveport, Louisiana. We didn't know you were going to be moving, man. We were looking forward to seeing you in the space.
Oh my
So that means we got to come to Louisiana.
Congratulations.
But it's enough to clear debt, pay next year's wedding, and a down payment on a house.
Yes.
Come on, bonus.
Yes.
Come on in the house today. How awesome is that? Jody Harris is in the house today with a standing ovation for my Aunt Debbie, who made it through her last chemo treatment for breast cancer.
Aunt Debbie, yes.
Go, Aunt Debbie, go. Health,
Yes.
clear space,
Woo, yes.
manifestation,
Healed, completely
healing
healed.
right
Yes,
now.
Yes, yes.
What an awesome
yes.
manifestation in that space
Yes.
today.
Go on,
Brother Earl
Debbie.
is in the house. Good to see you again. Since the pandemic and being introduced to Infinity, haven't really been back to my traditional church. It's kind of hard. Once you open that space, it's hard to go back.
Yeah.
Wonderful and effective experience. Everything is good.
Yes,
I'm
it
feeling the
is.
scarf style. I am too.
Woo-hoo! Come
Well,
on, Scarf.
I don't wanna
Lay
mess
it
up
on
my-
in, Scarf. Kanita's creation.
Hey, this
Oh,
scarf,
my
man,
goodness.
gets me so
And
much
I know I
attention.
got that other one. I made him another one, but I haven't finished it yet.
Sister
so
Kanitha made this scarf.
And I got a scarf for Carmen. I gotta give it her.
She makes the scarves. I call them Kanitha's Creations, which also is also
Tony.
KC. That was inspired by Tony today. He said, "Where'd you get that scarf?" I said, "It's one of Kanitha's Creations." Oh, there's the brand. I'm trying to get her because everybody stops me with the scarf.
I know, but
I was picking up food in the
I figured.
restaurant. I was sitting at the bar talking to a couple of young people at Tennessee State, some other people, and people were like, "Oh, that scarf. Where did you get that scarf?" And I beamed, and I said, "My wife, man." They said, "It looks as if it was made with love." So yes, I'm feeling it too. And as I say, when
Thanks,
y'all
Mama.
encourage her, tell her to make some and tell her y'all will order them. I will put one up.
Oh, hold on now,
Come on
Rev.
now.
Hold on. Hold on.
I know you do so much.
Need to have-
You got that energy and
I
that
know
gift.
it.
You're so multi-talented. Numbers and vision and board membership, and she can knit. But that's why you knit it and you put it out there. I
Yes.
guarantee you.
Yes.
Y'all encourage her. Because I'm going to tell you like the old record commercial used to tell you, if you like my scarf, oh no, my brother, you got to get your own. So she hopefully make one for you. All right, we have any more before we start the show? Okay, great. Dr. Michaela is in the house. California knows how to party. She's in California, y'all. California knows how to party. In the city. Everything is a song today. I met my consulting goal for the year and am headed out on a celebratory sabbatical. Go on with your alliteration in this place in Jamaica.
Oh my goodness.
She gwine go down the islands, man.
See, I wish I could. I wish I could use that.
We're going to do it. We're going to speak it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sister Miguel. We're sending you love down there.
Yes.
Celebrate that
Taking
sabbatical.
time for yourself.
Do your doggone thing.
Go
I
on
love
then.
it.
Go
Sister
on
Dr.
then.
Michaela in the house
Woo.
today. So we want that space and we're going to get it going.
Oh, that's
And I think we got everything, T. Did we get it? We got all the standing ovations. So tell us what to do, Mama.
I will say we have a few scarf questions.
We got scarf orders already.
Okay, y'all. Okay. I may have to dust it off a little bit.
Hey, Millie Rock.
Okay, so at this time, if you shared, guess what? You get to have several seats. But the rest of us, wherever we are in this world, are going to stand to our feet and give a standing ovation. All right? Here we go. Yes, so exciting. All right, so those are the announcements and ovations for today. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe. Ashe.
Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Sing with me, come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is love in that land. There is love in that land. There is love in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is love in that land. There is love in that land. There is love in that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is power in that land. There is power in that land. There is power in that land where I'm bound. I'm bound. A singer, there is power in that land. There is power in that land. There is power in that land where I'm bound. Yo, don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound? Oh, y'all, don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Y'all, don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound? Oh, Lord. Yes, yes, yes. How awesome is it, y'all? As we begin to settle into the space for today's message won't be long, but it will be strong. So as you come into the space today, I invite you to pull out your notepads, pull out your journals, get yourself into space of alignment. We're going to talk about what puts you in a space of alignment for the rest of the year into 2022. So for those of you who have seen great things manifest over 2021, for those of you who have begun the spiritual practice of transformation, I commend you. For those of you who are first timers who've only found yourself to this, your way to this space over the last couple of Sundays, guess what? It's not too late. It's never too late. It's all about the spiritual practice. It's all about the space of alignment. And the good thing about the themes that we have for entire years at Infinity, the good thing is that they stack upon each other. They become building blocks for success. So we've had energies from the year of manifestation and beyond to this year with the year of alignment. And next year, as the meditative energy is revealing the theme, we know that it's going to stack on something that's going to make you even greater. When we say make you greater, we mean make your life a better space. Make your life a space of goodness and peace, of growth, power, and of wisdom. Most importantly, a life of effective practice. Many of you know and love and have read the energy of our sister Bell Hooks. We called her name during a libation today, but she transitioned in many ways, what we would say, way too early. You know, everybody transitions early these days, and it sets off a space of self-reflection. We ask ourselves, oh, how many years do we really have left? The truth is, the old saying used to say, no one knows the day or the hour. We are grateful that she put so much energy into the world. She wrote so many books. She gave so many interviews. She put together so many creative spaces. I love the energy that she collected from her grandmother as she took her name on and spelled it all lowercase. One of the reasons I spell my name all lowercase is because of examples like Bell Hooks, who remind us that it's not about us as individuals. It's about what we contribute to the larger space and larger creation is what's awesome. So she gives us our meditation for today. Today's meditation comes from our sister, and it says simply, what we do is more important than what we say or what we say we believe. What we do is more important than what we say or what we say we believe. Take a deep breath on that one. Awesome. Now, some of us like to screenshot our meditation, and we like to save that when we get to it. And that's good. I want to make sure that you understood that when we talk about alignment today, we talk about how do we make sure that we keep ourselves on track? If we are off track, how do we get ourselves on track? That's what alignment is. First message of the year. I think if you're new, go back and look at some of the messages that we had on the archive with YouTube and or Facebook. You find that one of the first messages we had was a message called the front end alignment. When you're trying to get a vehicle in line, you want to make sure that you have the front end aligned, because if your front end isn't aligned, then the steering is off. And if the steering is off, then not only do you compromise how you might reach your destination, but on top of that, you compromise your safety. So you compromise your safety when you're out of alignment. I'm reflecting on a moment that I had this past week. I went to the doctor, to a specialist, to get an MRI. And when you're dealing with an MRI, for those of you who have had the opportunity to get an MRI, the first time I got an MRI was when I was 40 years old, and it was a part of a general health project. And I got the lower part of my body scanned just to look at my internal organs. Everything was great. It was fun. It was an opportunity to participate on a film I was producing. And the doctor said, well, do you want to get an MRI? And I was like, well, I'm a young artist. I'm not going to pay $800 for this. They said, no, it'll be free. And I was like, okay, great. Let me look at my insides. So the first time I got it, it was just for fun, so to speak. It was a wonderful moment because I got to see that everything inside me was functioning well. So I went to get another MRI because my doctor, in a preventative way, wanted to make sure that some of the tension that I was feeling in my neck and shoulders was not related to something that was neurological. For those of you who are afraid of going to the doctor, listen, I'm going to tell you like my dad said in an alignment space, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So I myself, even though I practice holistic health, I practice yoga, I practice making sure that I'm monitoring everything from my blood pressure to my tension, even then I needed to make sure that there was nothing wrong with me. And I was in full alignment when he said, I want you to get this MRI. So they prep you for this MRI and they ask you a number of questions. They ask you if you have any implants, if you have any metal in your head, if you have any other metal in your body. They go through this extensive space of questioning. And then they ask you the question that really means the most when you realize it. And that is, are you claustrophobic? I said, no, not generally. I'm cool. They said, great. So they laid me on this table and they got me ready to go into what looked like a time tunnel. It looked like a torpedo tube. It was this small little cavern. And right before I went in, they put this a clasp over my face to hold my head still. And so my entire head was encased in this plastic mask that even covered my chin and my lip, and I could feel it pressed against my lip, and it wouldn't move. My head couldn't move. And so I mentioned over the top of my mouth to the medic, to the technician. I said, well, what about my mouth there? He said, well, scoot back a little bit. And I was able to scoot back enough so that my lip was free, but I could still feel the plastic on my chin. And when they got that in place, I took a deep breath. And they said, is there anything you want to listen to, kind of music you want to listen to? You're going to be in here for about a half an hour. And I said, give me some meditative music. Because if you're going to go into a cocoon, why not have some meditation music? So they put on the meditation music and they moved me back into the space. And I didn't realize how close the container would be to my face. So literally opening my eyes, I saw right here in front of my space here, about 2 inches away from my face, I saw the white of the tube. It was a small enclosed space. And what was in front of me made me feel a little bit cramped, made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. And so what I did was I said, you know what, this circumstance may prevent me from reaching my greatest meditation space. So I closed my eyes so I would not be distracted by the external circumstance. Oh, there's a message in that. Some of us are going through external circumstances that distract us and that make us uncomfortable. And what you need to do is close your eyes so that you can go within and not pay attention to the external circumstance. So I started breathing from there. And I closed my eyes and started listening to the music. And I was inside this tube. I was inside this tunnel. I was inside this vortex of magnetization that was swirling all around me. And I began to breathe in with the beat of the music, and then something else happened. I started hearing those magnets start to work. And there was this loud upper tone that was, I want y'all to feel it like me. Then there was a lower tone, drowning out the music. Said, oh, my Lord, what am I going to do? Because in between hearing, what are you supposed to do with all that distraction? What are you supposed to do with all that noise? What are you supposed to do when you're closing a tunnel and you can't get out and everything that you got is restrained? What are you supposed to do when you got a bit of an ego and you got this little gray ball in your left hand, and they say if it gets overwhelming, just squeeze the gray ball and we'll get you out of there? And your masculine ego and your physical ego and your meditative ego and your spiritual leader ego is like, do anything except for squeeze that ball, man, because you can get through this. So let me tell you what I did. I began to count the patterns that the magnet was emitting. And I noticed that the loud patterns were coming in patterns of 13, that the lower patterns were coming in patterns of 30. This is called in spiritual practice mindfulness. So instead of trying to tune out the circumstances, which I was able to tune out visually, in the auditory sense, I couldn't tune out the circumstances, so I embraced them. What is the universe trying to say to you? What do you need to hear in the circumstances? What do you need to feel that is being communicated to you in a continuous pattern? So the 13 patterns I took as the shortest part of the interval, so I began to have an inhale on the 30 pattern. I held it on the inhale on a 13 pattern. I exhaled on a 30 pattern, and I held it at the bottom for a 13 pattern. And I began to make that my repetitive space as I began to enjoy the rescue of the meditative music. And I began to think, and I went somewhere else because 5 minutes later, they told me it was over. 5 minutes later, they said, "You feel good?" I said, "I feel great." 5 minutes later, I had not recognized that over 30 minutes had passed because time stood still for me. I could have stayed in there another half an hour and not even realized because I was no longer focused on the circumstance. I was in that tube, in that vortex, in a space of peace. And sometimes circumstances force you to have to go into your cocoon. So when you go into your cocoon this week, when you go into your space of thinking, when you go into your own tunnel, when you go into your own MRI machine, when you start thinking about the magnets that you are using and that you are emitting into the world, the pattern that you are placing, when you begin to pay attention in a mindful space to what the universe is telling you this week, as you close out 2021, let's give you some patterns. Let's give you some 13s. Let's give you some 30s today that are going to help you. Because what came to me in that tube was the understanding that whatever was going on around me, as long as I was in the center, I would be at peace. I put my breath in the center. We had a record number of tornadoes that ravaged the country, the Midwest and the South, this last 2 weeks. But if you've ever seen a tornado, you see that the outer part of the tornado is always spinning, but the inner part is always at peace. When you see the pictures from the space station and you show the planet and the hurricanes are consuming the planet, you notice that the winds are always swirling on the exterior, but in the eye of the hurricane, there is peace. Those of you who read and listen to the teachings of Abraham Hicks and this understanding of the law of attraction, you understand that there's something that they call the vortex. And that vortex is that tunnel, if you will, that energy, if you will, of what you are putting into the universe and what you want to come back to you. And regardless of what is swirling around you, that space on the inside is a space of peace. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Repeat after me. I am at peace.
I am at peace.
The vortex is a space of what Abraham Hicks called cooperation. And you and I are cooperating components. So when we talk about what we want in life, it's not about what we say we believe. It's not about what we say, period. But as Bell Hooks reminds us, as a manifester of countless works that she left on this earth that will live eternally long after her physical shell is now gone. And as it returns to the earth, her essence still lives through the works that she is. It's about what you do. So what are you willing to do today? What are you willing to do right now to place or keep yourself in alignment as a cooperating component of your own success? And I'm going to give you 3 things that you're going to do. I'm going to give you the 3 C's of alignment today because they're going to be important. These 3 C's are going to help you. And no matter what holiday you're practicing, this is a moment for you to embrace your holiday. So for those of you who are embracing the holiday of Christ Mass, or the Mass or gathering around the concept of Christ, also known as Christmas, if you are celebrating, then you are also celebrating on a very esoteric level the Christ that is within all of us. Christ is simply a term. It means the anointed one. When you are walking in alignment as a cooperating component with what you're supposed to be, you are walking in your anointing. So you are Christ as well. Take a deep breath. Exhale and release. I know you didn't hear that. I know you weren't taught that. I know you were taught that salvation existed outside of you and you could never connect. But again, even Christ Jesus of Nazareth himself taught that we were here to do greater things and that he came so that we could have life and have it more what? Abundantly. So how could we not have it more abundantly if we celebrate? So if we're celebrating around that holiday, if you're celebrating around the space of Klaus, the patron saint of pawnbrokers, who became popularized in America with a Coca-Cola campaign that utilized the colors red and green, transforming from St. Nicholas into Santa Claus. Whether you celebrate the tradition of reindeer and whether you set some cookies out next week on your altar, on your shrine, on your a mantle at your house, wherever you are celebrating a space of giving and love, whether you are burning the candles on the Kinara, and whether you're coming and dressing in the clothes and bringing the gifts, the zawadi around Kwanzaa, whether you are practicing the principles of Kwanzaa, not just on these 7 days, but year round. Y'all know me. Y'all know, many of you know me. You know me. I get excited about practicing the principles year round. I don't get excited if you tell me you practice these principles for 7 days and then I call on you to do some community work and you don't know anything about Kuji Chagalia. You don't know anything about Ujima and Ujamaa. You don't want to be a part of actually advancing something in June, so we don't need to talk about it in December. This is something that relates to all of us. Even if you have burned the candles to celebrate the temple lights that continue to burn without oil in Hanukkah, or whether you are celebrating the transition of the seasons, moving us back to the summer with the winter solstice that is along this season. All of these principles, all of these holy days, all of these holidays, all of them have at their core alignment, a space of celebration that gives you a boost to go to the new year. So I'm going to give you 3 things that are assignments for you to do, because this is the last assignment I'll be able to make aside from your physical body next week in Yoga Sunday, and that's going to be a side assignment. You're going to join me on the mat. You're at home. This is your chance to try it out before you get here in person. Yoga Sunday next week. First thing you're going to do, you're going to cleanse. First C is cleanse. Number 1, cleanse. You're going to cleanse your mind, body, and spirit. What do we mean by cleanse? Well, some of us need to do a physical cleanse. We need to cleanse ourselves of the toxins. We need to cleanse ourselves of the vices. We need to cleanse ourselves of the physical things that we take into our bodies that cause us harm. Rev, I don't know about all of that. I was watching a comedian, yesterday. It's like I did one of those herbal cleanses, and man, the stuff that was coming out of my body, I didn't want to be around anybody. I never smelled stuff that came out of me like that. You know, it's all of that. But I say this to you, for those of you who do cleanses, listen, don't be extreme in your cleansing, because extremities are hard to maintain. Let me say it again. Do not go to the extreme. When you go to the extreme, cleansing can be so hard, it can be so difficult that it traumatizes you, and therefore you never attempt to build a consistent lifestyle, because what you tried traumatized your body so hard that you didn't want any more to do with it. So if you're going to cleanse, if you're going to prep yourself for everything, weight loss, dietary change, take it slow. You don't have to go on a 40-day fast and all you're going to drink is green smoothies, because are you going to be able to drink green smoothies in a fast every single day for the rest of your life? No, you're not. But if you want to add some green to your world, add some green to your world. If you want to take some processed sugar out of your life, take some processed sugar out of your diet. If you want to take some alcohol out of your life, take some alcohol out of your life. You can go into withdrawal symptoms if you try to quit anything cold turkey. So I want you to right now make a note that under cleanse is this: inventory your vices and then create a ritual that replaces the vice. I'm just going to let you let that sink in because I'm going to take questions in a minute. I'm giving you these three and then I'm taking questions. Number one, create a list of your vices and create a ritual that replaces the vice. I'm going to define a vice because I need to define it in a way that is not Western and judgmental. I'm not going to define a vice that, well, you have sinned in your heart because that lady walked by in the red dress and you looked at her behind and said, oh, my Lord, I feel it in my Lord. Listen, man, all of that. Leave all of that alone. You know what your personal vice is. And so I'm talking directly to you. A vice is something that without it, you would move closer to your success and walking in purpose. It's something that some of our vices we can't get out of the bed early enough. Some of our vices are we like to stay home instead of going to the gym. Some of our vices are we like to drink too much. Some of our vices are we like to talk too much. Some of our vices are we're addicted to the internet in a way that we want to gain every piece of information and knowledge we can get, but we never want to put it into action. So guess what? Your ritual for that vice that replaces it is to actually take action. Minimize the intake, maximize the output. Your new ritual is doing. Replace the vice with the ritual. That's point number one. Cleanse. If you have a question, put it in the box and I'm going to get to it. But right now I'm not looking at the box. I'm downloading from Spirit. Number two, close. Point number one, cleanse. Point number two, close. In an act of closing, I want you to give an F. Matter of fact, I want you to give 3 F's. Friendship, finance, and focus. 3 F's under closing. Friendships, finance, and focus. So I need you to do an inventory. On your next column in your journal, or what y'all know, look, some of y'all are like, I didn't start writing this down. I need to go look, you can hit the replay. And for those of you who feel this revelation is coming, you call all your friends and you tell them, look, go to YouTube, go to Facebook, watch the replay, do what I did. Your year is going to change. It's going to transform your life. So after you've cleansed, you got to close. The reason why you close next is because you want to close things from a place of cleanliness. You want to be clear of the vices so that you can have a clear mind so that you can then close things. You can't close things with a clouded mind. The cleansing space, the replacing of the vices include, I need to be stimulated from all spaces. I need to read 20 motivational quotes a day, and then I look up and the day is gone. I need to read so many self-help books that I don't actually help myself. When I cleanse that, then guess what I do? I sit in a space of meditation, and I listen to what Spirit has to say for me. And I look around at all the things that are swirling in my life, all of the sounds that are happening, and I see them in a mindful space. I have to do this with my children, because they swirl around. And if I thought that magnet in that MRI machine was loud and had a random pattern, those are ways that I can describe my kids sometimes. They're loud with a random pattern. And I have to pause sometimes, but guess what? I can pause and begin to criticize what that pattern is, or I can note that pattern and I can say, isn't it awesome that they have so much energy? Isn't it amazing that they're learning to communicate with each other? Isn't it powerful that this child is standing up for him or herself? Isn't it amazing that this child is learning something that she's so eager to share with the other children that she has to almost force it upon them? Isn't it awesome that they have the energy to jump up on that couch for me to tell them to get up off the arm of the couch. Isn't it amazing? I start to see these wonderful things that are happening in life around me. And instead of chaos, I began to see a beautiful dance of life and creation. And as I breathe and see it, it all fits together. It gives me a space of gratitude. So I'm from a clear space now that I can now judge what I have to do next to close things. When you have to close, the first column that you're going to close is you're going to close acquaintances that no longer serve you. Because see, I was going to say you close friends, because you close friends is the first F, but I want us to examine what friend is. Because some of us are in friendship relationship. We say, oh, that's my friend. But that person stabs you in your back at any opportunity they get. That person is continually disloyal to you. That person is no longer an asset, but is a liability. You have to ask yourself, is this relationship, whatever the nature of that relationship is that falls up under the F category of friendship, is this relationship good enough for me to say it is going to carry me into 2022 as a cooperating component? Is it going to be a cooperating component for my success? If it is, then that relationship will feed me. If it's not, we got to close it out, baby. The second component under closing out is your finances. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. We're doing some work today. I'm telling you, this is the last message I got to give you for 2021 before we put it in the body and before we close it out at the New Year's Eve celebration. Finances. Finance, finance, finance. Money, money, money. I'm going to say it because if I say that to somebody who is in control of their finances, they say, oh, okay, what about it? If I say those words to people who are not in control of their finances or who have a negative relationship with money, they wince. They begin to get afraid. Their response, and they get nervous and they start, oh, what is he going to say? If you're feeling that, guess what? You're in the safety of your own home. So guess what? I ain't going to tell nobody. Nobody can see you getting up to go get some coffee now or saying, oh, this is the moment I can check out. If you're doing that, stop and sit down and listen to what Spirit has to say to you. You've got to close out your finances. Guess what the bank is doing with your statements right now? They're closing out your finances. They're analyzing and auditing to make sure that every dime is where it's supposed to be. Guess what your mutual fund, if you have invested in mutual fund, is doing? They're at the year of the end. They're putting together a report to show you how much return you've gotten on your investment or how many losses you have gotten. Guess what the major banking institutions and the Federal Reserve and the corporations are doing all over the place? Guess what entrepreneurs are doing right now? Guess what nonprofits are doing? They're closing out their financing and they're determining what in 2021 was an asset and what was a liability. And you know what they're going to do for 2022? All of those institutions, when they go into 2022, they're going to work on dropping the liabilities and increasing the assets. Tied on back to friendship. When you do a friendship audit, you have to ask yourself, for the people around you, are they an asset or are they a liability? An asset is something that is bringing something into your life. A liability is something that is taking something away. So you look at revenue versus expenses, and that tells you what you're wasting money on. Take a deep breath here. Exhale and let it go. As an institution, we're grateful we're growing. As an institution, we are cooperating components in the success of bringing spirituality in a practical way to people and reframing what we all define as church. That's what we do. As a result, we make sure that these finances are in order. When we do our membership meeting, you see where every dime goes institutionally with Infinity. When we do our audit reports and make sure that we've got everything going, our chief operating officers, Kenitha, our board of directors, our accounting service, all of the people make sure that we are responsible for what we say we're going to do. To make sure all of the statements are in line. Those of you who give regularly at Infinity, we love this end of year thing. We love the beginning of the year. Because why? At the beginning of the year in January, February, what do you get? You get a statement from Infinity Fellowship that outlines every dime that you have given in a calendar year to your home fellowship. And this is when the manifestations keep going. Those of you who report things, I know, because you say, hey, I went from giving $100 in a calendar year to giving $1,000 in a calendar year, to giving $2,000 in a calendar year, to giving $3,000 in a calendar year. But guess what it coincided with? It coincided with the spiritual practices of saying, I'm going to take 10% of what I get in. If I get $100 a week, that's $10. I get to live on the 90. But I gave that. And as a result, I found that I was writing checks bigger and bigger as the year went on. Why? Because you released the fear around money and you started seeing yourself, your wealth increase because you recognized that you now changed your space of thinking from being a person who was operating in a space of desperate lack, false hope, and you're operating in a way that was antithetical or antithetical to your success, to a person who was a cooperating component to your success. And this is where the responsibility comes. I'm giving you this, and then we're going to the last point. How many are in a space where they say, you know what, I would give, but I just don't have it. Or when you see other people giving, you say, must be nice. I ain't got it like that. You see somebody else that's successful and you say, oh, why do they have to be so successful? You see somebody else purchasing land and property and building institutions, and there's a spirit in you that says, ugh, why do they get to do all of that? You know, if I ever had that kind of money, here's what I'd do. Are you one of those here's what I'd do people? When you see people who are wealthy, who are writing scholarship checks, or you're building schools in Africa, or making hospitals appear, or doing things that you agree with or disagree with, and you're one of the people that says, you know, I wouldn't do it like that. Guess what the universe is reading from you? It's only reading the negative symbol, the signal. It's not reading the space of, this is awesome, I'm wealthy, and I'm doing more of the same. Here's what I'm focusing on building. Here's what I'm focusing on contributing. That's the frequency that will be amplified within you. When it's the spirit inside you that is being afraid of your finance, guess what the universe is going to give you abundantly? More fear of finance. That's what you're broadcasting. I'm terrified of money. Or I don't like this capital system. I don't like the exploitation. Then if you have a finite amount of time, and if time is infinite, if you have 7 days in a week, and 6 of those days you spend time thinking about how horrible the system is that we live in, how abused people are, how terrible things are, how can you expect good to come and manifest in your life for you to change it? You're fixated on the problem. You're getting a master's degree and a PhD in the problem. Get a PhD in the solution. Get a PhD in the issue that you are uniquely gifted to change and to fix. And guess what? It no longer becomes a problem to you. Money is attracted to you. Wealth is attracted to you. Opportunity is attracted to you. Relationships are attracted to you. The love that you want is out there and it's here to manifest for you. But I guarantee you, ooh, come on, Spirit, you're not going to get the relationship that you say you want if the energy that you put into the universe is all the good ones are already gone. Yes, you're right. They will be gone because the universe will say, oh, all the people are gone for this person, so let's just amplify that. You don't know where that person is. That person could be in Jamaica. That person could be at the gas station at the same time you are. That person could be at a conference that you travel to. That person could be online here in a conversation that's going on in one of these fellowships or one of these classes. You don't get to determine that. But if you make yourself open and available to say, I receive all of the love and the great relationships that are due to me, guess what? You become a cooperating component with the vibrational space that is going to be delivered to you. Because you get what you spend your time thinking about. And if you spend your time thinking about finances negatively, you're going to have more negativity in finance. Let it go. The last F under close, and then we're going to connect and we're going to take some questions. The final F is focus. Because remember when I was in that tunnel, what determined whether I was going to lose my natural mind or find a space of peace and alignment was the final F, and that is focus. Because you get what you focus on. Can you focus for 2021 on being in alignment? Can you focus on what fits for you? Take a deep breath here. Exhale and let it go. Close your eyes. Put the pen down. Still the house around you. Can you focus on what belongs to you? Are you willing to be a collaborating component in your own success? Are you willing to focus on who you are? Open your eyes. That's what the universe is waiting on. The universe is waiting on you to close things out, to look and begin to focus and say, in a column again, everything that is an asset to my focus, I am embracing. Everything that is a liability, I am closing out. Going through the phone, going through your journal and your notebook, going and looking at your vision board and reminding yourself, when we get to teaching vision boards, I'm inviting y'all who have not been to my Atomic Vision Board workshop. Guess what? We're not just going to be sitting around drinking wine, cutting out pictures, throwing up stuff on boards. That kind of stuff is great. It's popular. It's fun. But this is why many people aren't manifesting things, because there's a scientific process to what you put on your vision board. When I tell y'all, when I reveal my vision board every year, it not only freaks people out, it freaks me out in a good way. Because every single component piece is about focus. Because you get what you focus on. You got to close out those things that do not accentuate what you are purposely put here to do. And listen, stop tuning in to everybody else's noise. I'm giving you permission right now on behalf of Spirit to focus on yourself. Focus on the things that make you happy. Focus when you look around and you see that people your age and younger are transitioning up out of this piece like we've never seen before. Focus that you got right now and forward, as long as it might be. It might be 15 minutes after this message. It may be tomorrow. It may be 50 years from now. I don't know when it is, but what I do know is you got an opportunity to focus right now. And in the forgiveness of the focus that you did not have is where you're going to find the path forward. A lot of F's coming out in this place today. You've got to forgive yourself. Because you're so much more than your yesterday. So I don't care if you didn't focus. I don't care if you didn't align. I don't care if you didn't practice your finances. I don't care if you didn't practice your friendship focus. I don't care if you did that up until this moment. Take a deep breath now. Exhale, let it go. And repeat after me. It's gone, baby.
It's gone, baby.
Turn to somebody you know. Say, it's gone, baby.
It's gone, baby.
You ain't getting that back.
You ain't getting that back.
It's here forward. Stop thinking about it. It's done. Just keep moving forward. Like I just said, keep moving forward. All right. So that's what you have to do. Align that focus. Put that purpose in order, create that ritual space where you focus on that alone. And listen, if you're around, here's how they all tie together under this closeout space. Here's how friends tie together. Here's how finances tie together. Here's how focus ties together. If you are around people who don't understand your need to take a pause, to focus on yourself, to put your oxygen mask on before you try to worry about everybody else, that is the universe reminding you that those people are not for you. You can't experience the success of you if you're around a bunch of people who it's always me, but none of you. Because me plus me equals we. But anything else, it can't be me and then you for that me and then all together, one person's getting double focused. No. Let's put it all together, baby. Last thing, cleanse, close. Last thing you do is connect. 3 C's, baby. Cleanse, close, and connect. Connecting is this. And T, give me a thumbs up or a peace sign if we got some questions in, and that's when I'll go to it. T is hunting. If you got questions, we got questions in. I'm going to give this. So you've cleansed, you've closed. Connecting. Cleansing, you've cleared out things that are distraction. Closed, you've closed out from a space of clearance of things that are no longer good for you. So you are now closed out. So once you have closed out, you have cleared space to bring in the good. Well, how do you bring in the good? You connect. Now's the time to infuse your life with the rituals that inspire you. That's why Sunday is a ritual. It is a community ritual. It is fellowship. It is church. It is elay. It is all of the names that you want to say. It is a ritual. Why? Because people need ritual to keep them in alignment. Now, there are people who prefer to go to a ritual that tears them down, that makes them feel bad, and then they wonder why they don't see any manifestation in their life. I'm not judging that. If you feel like you need to be in a space that tears you down, then you can join that vibration. But the space that tears you down often elevates the people who are at the top because they make a practice of tearing you down so that you can be exploited. That's the model that we live in today. Celebrate the success of other people, even when it is harming us and we don't see anything from it. Here we're in a space where we want to connect everything. We want to connect the entire ocean so that as that ocean swells, everything that is in that ocean rises together. That's the old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats, right? So all of us, now we begin to connect. If Sunday ritual helps you grow, if you get inspired through the words of the messages that you hear today, if you get inspired through the music that is divinely inspired, if you get inspired through the lessons that are taught, then guess what? Connect there. Truly connect there. Part of connection is also commitment. So if you connect to a website, if you connect to a fraternity or sorority, if you connect to whatever you connect with, what do? You commit to it. And when you commit to be there. So if you are connecting now with the family that you know affirms you, you make the commitment to stay connected with them. There's some family members who are blood, but they're not loyalty. So they got left in the closeout phase because they're not bringing anything to you. The problems that we have with trauma is we stay connected to the things that are liabilities because we feel as if society says, well, I got to hang in there because that's my cousin. I got to hang in there because that's my sibling. I got to hang in there because they're family, even when it's harming us and draining us spiritually. But what happens is when we connect with those people that connect with us in a positive vibration, then it amplifies for everyone and it affirms us staying in alignment. The commitment is there. For Infinity, I'm going to say this going forward. We have an awesome reopening committee. Those of you who are serving on it, I thank you. We're getting together this week. We're committing to showing up. We're committing to being safe for the safety of others. We're committing to reaching people online. And we're committing to be here every single Sunday. There has not been one single Sunday, technological glitches included, that we have not been here sending a signal out in a year and a half since this thing started. Guess what that is? That's commitment, y'all. That's commitment to this from this boy. That's commitment from my kids here. That's commitment from Brother Tony, Joshua, Sister Alicia, Brother Daniel, Sister Kanitha, Brother Reggie. All of the component pieces who say, I'm going to show up because there's somebody out there who needs to feel this energy that we are generating. And that's what commitment looks like. To those of you who have committed in this space that have allowed us to grow technologically because you pour your energy, your time, and your money into this space, you're seeing the fruit. Why? Because a bad tree cannot produce good fruit, nor can a good tree produce bad fruit. You know a tree by the fruit it bears. Are you seeing fruit in your life from the teachings? Yes. Are you seeing fruit in your life from the connection? Yes. But guess what you will also see fruit from? You will see fruit from maintaining and proclaiming responsibility for your spiritual salvation. Here it comes. Because some people want a shepherd. But if you want me to be a shepherd, go on and click off now, baby. Because for me to be a shepherd, that means I got to look at you as a sheep. And I refuse to see you as a sheep. I see you as a fully realized, awesome human being who is a living manifestation of the God consciousness, just like me. So while I can give you practical lessons that'll help you, you got to actually put it into practice yourself. So now as we connect, we're connected and committed to continue to provide this love for you, to continue to provide this space to you, to continue to provide a spiritual oasis, a vortex, if you will, a cocoon, if you will, of love. We are in this space and we're going to be here. And I want you to be here with us too. Be present, be focused, show up when it's time to show up. Bring the attitude of goodness to this vibration. I know what they're dealing with during the week. I know what you're dealing with everywhere else. And people say, how can you be good all the time? How can you feel good all the time? How can you send good energy out all the time? Well, how can you not? When you're facing everything that you're facing in the world, isn't it great to have an oasis that reminds you of who you truly are? Because without that, then all you got is the negative vibration. And in that case, you are becoming a cooperative component with the things that are doing you harm. Instead, I'm inviting you to be a cooperative component, not only for yourself and your good, but for the greater good and the greatest good. In this moment, today, alignment, deep breath here, exhale and let it go. This is Third Sunday. If you got a question, drop it in the chat box so we can help you to move in your spiritual practice. I'm letting Tony decide what the questions are. I've got a screen in front of me. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee from a wonderfully manifested James Thrillkill art creation mug. That was a wonderful gift from the most amazing artist I know, one of the most amazing, I know a ton of amazing artists. But one of my longest standing relationships, I'm sipping the coffee from you and sending a toast to you, Brother Thrill. All right, we're going to put up a couple of questions. If you got a question, get it now, y'all, because I'm telling you, don't wait. Because if you wait, it might be too late. And only at Infinity do you get to ask a question once a month during the morning message. Ooh, ain't it good? All right. Got a message from Elliot. Brother Elliot is in. My only question would be, how can we figure out the solution without thoroughly understanding the issue we are trying to fix? Is it about the intent in which you think about the issue? Come on, Spirit. Elliot, you awesome. You awesome. Let me not put this on you. Keep that question up, Tony, so people can understand if they tune in what I'm talking about. How can we figure out the solution without thoroughly understanding the issue? You can't. You really do have to understand the issue. You have to thoroughly understand the issue. It's why I went in that MRI machine. And for those of you who may go into prayer mode, listen, y'all know I manifest excellent health. I speak it every single day. So the confirmation is that the next day the MRI results came back. I'm absolutely completely clear, zero neurological issues. All of my lobes are in order. Everything is good. It's just recommended that I get a new pillow. When you pass into your 50s, one little thing, man, I sleep wrong one night, a pillow go wrong, but that's interesting. So I do more yoga stretches and I get another pillow. So I'm absolutely in good. But wouldn't have known that had I not had a thorough analysis of the potential problem. So Elliot, you're right. We need this. You need to understand the issue. That's why I encourage you, when you go through the cleanse process, you're going to examine the personal issue. Now, let me say this, because I've operated in spaces where we discuss a lot of history and we do a lot of societal analysis. Those of you who watch the television show or the internet show, Roland Martin Unfiltered, shout out to Roland Martin and the Black Star Network. You all know that I'm a regular appearance person on there. I regularly appear. My brother Greg appears. Knowledge and Nubia. There are a ton of just independent resources out there that we never had before. And a lot of them are dedicated toward analysis. So it's a great space. As I always say, information is important, because when you take information in, it becomes knowledge. Now, let's look at this knowledge phase. When you take it in a knowledge phase, information that becomes a part of your consciousness, this is where it gets dangerous, Elliot and everybody else. We become trapped in the paralysis of analysis. We become deep knowledge seekers to the point that we become fixated on the problem. When you become fixated on analyzing the problem and you never move toward the solution, then you are actually creating a vibration that is just going to bring you more of the problem. So when you take that information and put it into the knowledge space, it's when you break that knowledge space into an action space that it becomes wisdom. We want to operate from a space of wisdom, not information or knowledge alone. How do we determine if it's wisdom? Here's the answer to the question. Ask yourself this question for Elliot and everybody else. How does this improve my life? How does this advance my dreams and purpose? Because if you reach a point where you have attained so much knowledge that all you feel is anger, rage, frustration, tell me, do you think that's a cooperating component to your advancing the good in the world? Not. So that's how you know. You know it's time for you to move on from understanding the issue when you can then take action. So I understand the issue. I've had the MRI. I've done the analysis. My action is go get a different pillow. Get me a new mattress. Do my stretches before I go to bed. Now I see that I don't have any pain and I got movement in my neck. Everything is good. Now, if I stayed in the MRI phase, then guess what the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a chiropractic specialist. I'm going to head to another specialist to get a second opinion. I want 3 or 4 MRIs. Might as well get the whole body MRI. Let's go. And all of a sudden, I become a hypochondriac who becomes sicker and sicker. I feel more and more pain because I'm fixated on what is wrong as opposed to solving the problem and contributing what I can to be the solution. Be the solution. Make the problem, analyze the problem, and then what's next? Those are my favorite 4 words. And then what's next? All right, next question we got. Thanks for that, Elliot. Good one, man. Good. What is your suggestion in celebrating? And I didn't get a name, so I know we had to. Oh, it's Tony. That's Tony, BT. What is your suggestion in celebrating, supporting others without forgetting yourself, not coming from a place of lack or expectations? Sometimes we give 100% to others, then the other is only giving 50%. You know that then. There is no way that you can give 100% of yourself to others and expect to be successful. I'm going to change the way you give to others right now. And this is for everybody that's listening. I want you to see, go ahead and take that down, Tony. The reason why is because I need this cup. I'm going to pretend this is a cup. A what? A cup. Okay. This is a cup. It has some liquid in it. I'm going to pretend that this little table is a saucer. If I pour a certain amount of fluid into this cup and I began to pour out into others, if I keep pouring and I keep pouring and I keep pouring, Eventually, the cup is going to be empty. Any of y'all out there feeling empty because you poured into people and nobody was pouring back into you? That's what alignment is about. So alignment is about not continuing to give people sips and give people sips and give people sips, and then you have nothing left on the inside. That's not alignment. That's not giving. That's being used. That's being a doormat. You get to, and you know, because when you're empty and you look around, you say, can somebody fill me? Somebody fill me. Somebody, hey, can somebody let me get a sip from their drink? Guess what? Nobody's there for you because you have set the pattern. You have become a cooperating component in feeding everybody else instead of feeding yourself. But when you meditate, when you focus on your purpose, when you do everything that you're supposed to do, what happens is the universe begins to fill you up and keeps filling you up such that it overflows and it continues to overflow. And then you let everybody else drink from the saucer. So there's plenty left there, but you continue to overflow. Feed people from the overflow as opposed to feeding people from what's inside fully. You have to reach a point where you can overflow. There is so much good for you that you can then share with others. But do not make the sharing with others the foundational way that you operate. Operate from the space of, I am so full that everyone who wants to come around in this space and drink from the overflow that I connect with has enough to recognize that they have that overflow themselves. Here's the other thing. When other people around you are operating from the space of overflow, then you just trading saucers. Y'all just sharing, right? You're not dealing with people who only come around you to get a drink, but never pour into you. That's a good sign when you're doing this space of closing. That's a good template to use. Do these people pour into me? If so, they're an asset too. But if they're always coming to take, if they're always coming to receive, but they're never giving, that tells me that they're a liability and their energy is a liability. I don't care if it's work. I don't care if it's job. I don't care if it's community. I don't care if it's activism. I don't care whatever it is. You ever been the person everybody calls when they get in trouble? But then when you get into a fix, you're going through your phone like, oh, who can I run to share this empty space? Who can I run to when I need love? You know, you're like, you shouldn't be asking who can you run to, because people knew to run to you. But now we're flipping that. We're getting in alignment now. And we're saying, hey, we can run to each other now. Everything's coming up a song. All right, next question we have. Okay, good. We got Leah. Oh, Leah's in the house. Lee Hem Farm. How does one bridge family members into this light? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I just want to run out that door, right, that side door. You know, you keep it right there, T. I'm just going to get up here. I'm not going to run. I'm going to come back, I promise you. I'm just going to the altar, see if I can find me a candle to light up something. There it is. You can't really see it. It's not as bright. But I tell you, it's going to work. All right, I'm sitting here. So what I have is a little light here. And we often are so tempted, because have you ever felt something so good that you want to share it with everybody? Have you ever reached a space of alignment? You're like, oh my God, I got to. And you see people in your family struggling. And you say, you know what? This is knowledge. This is wisdom. This could benefit them if I brought them in, if I just held them in this space, and if I dragged them into a space where I could get them to see this light, it would change their lives so much. And we know that it would, because it's done it for me. You run into a space where you are at risk of becoming an evangelist. Am I lying? Look, I know we're going over time today. I don't know what time it is. I'm in this tunnel today, but I know one thing. Somebody out here needed to hear this. Listen, I know. Let me say this first and foremost. It's awesome to have a heart for others. That's the greatest gift you could ever have. To see your family members, to see your friends, and to have a heart for them. And to say, I love them. And I want them to have a great life. And I want them to discover their purpose. And, I have some talented family members. I got family members. I've sat in family events and weddings and funerals. They get up and sing. I'm telling you, it's better than any record I've ever heard. I've seen people perform, family and friends who I say could sing circles around people who are getting Grammy Awards. And I say to myself, if only they would do this. I could work out the template in my mind, but guess what? If they don't want to do it, and they're not prepared, and they don't want to walk in their life purpose, there's nothing you can do to force somebody to walk into a state of alignment. History has tried it. Look at the move and the spread of Islam across the continent of Africa in the early days and the Crusades after that. Look at what happens when you force things on people. When you say, choose this or die, that produces what's called a missionary zeal in an evangelical sense. And what that means is, I'm going to tell you what is good for you, and you need to believe me. Let's change and transform the way we live, the way we see things. I'm going to ask you to consider this. I'm going to show you what works for me by example. I'm going to turn my light on. And if you're stumbling around in the darkness and you ask me, how did you get that light? I then have an opportunity to share with you what works for me. This is how I approach the world. Because I tell you, my mom is 93 years old. Bless my mom. My mom came up on, and if people do this, if y'all ever been a part of a conversation where you had the holistic health people jump on you? No, brother, don't put that in your mouth, man. You know that's processed, brother. That came from, they put that through, that's plastic in those Skittles, and those marshmallows that got hog in them, and you can't. Now, seriously, I used to be partially one of those people, right? Because when I first understood what it was like to change and transform my diet, then I wanted to transform everybody else. And I became so fixated at one point on transforming everybody else that I was focused. Some of y'all gonna get this too. I was so focused on the splinter that everybody else had that I was going to be at risk of losing focus on the plank that was in my own eye. See, we've been taught this in the teachings, but we don't get what it means. We get so fixated on helping others because it feels good. It's a natural human impulse. We want to bring everybody else into the light, but I'm going to tell you, the best way to manifest the light, the best way to manifest the enlightenment is to demonstrate how it makes a difference in your life. It's to be the example. And when I say be the example, again, I am separating this from the evangelical space of example, because the evangelical Western space is very much, I am right and everybody else is wrong and ignorant and to be condemned. Not a space here. Many paths, one destination. That destination is truth. And how do you determine truth? By how it bears fruit in your life. You want to be in a relationship? I've talked to people who are relationship experts. How's your own relationship? Is it working out? You're financial expert. How are your finances? You want to help build institutions and be a consultant on how to build institutions. Show me the institutions that you have built and that they are working effectively. Because guess what happens when you become a manifester? You don't have to then reach out to other people to transform them. People begin to reach out to you. Now, my mom's 93. My mom is not a vegetarian. My mom is not a vegan. My mama came up on lard, using lard for cooking, for cornbread, for biscuits, for lotion, for face cream. I'm talking about, it's all still lard. My granddaddy raised his hogs and killed them. They came up on salt, pork, bacon, ham, hocks, pig feet. When I was in my late teens, I ate a bucket of chitlins by my doggone self. And my mama was shocked when I came home my sophomore year of college, and she got ready to cook that bucket of chitlins, and I was like, I don't eat pork anymore. I left the pig. So what you? I'll give you some ham. I don't eat ham anymore. I don't eat bacon. Then I came back the next year and I didn't eat beef. She couldn't put that roast beef on the plate. I don't eat meat anymore. She said, what do you eat? Well, I make some fish. She made some chicken. I came back one day. She said, Mom, I don't eat chicken anymore. Well, what do you eat, baby? Well, I still eat fish. Came back that next year. Don't eat fish. How, Mom? I don't want no fish. Oh, Lord, baby. So subsequently over the years, and my dad was around back then, subsequently over the years, they didn't understand that, but subsequently over the years, Mom went in her late 70s, early 80s. I was like, Mom, you want to order? She's like, well, I'm not going to mess with the pork or the red meat. I'm just going to eat chicken and fish. So Mom, almost 20 years, has been eating that. But she just started doing that. I was cooked for her, and we would eat. And she said, oh, this is pretty good. You know, she used to eat some of the little fake sausages. That's what we used to call them, little fake sausages. She used to eat some of those, got to where my dad would eat some of those. But it was because they saw there was not a negative effect on me. And I was always feeling good. So I say that to say that, and here's where the Spirit wants forgiveness. Isn't it enough to maintain the positive vibration for ourselves with all that we're being distracted for and with? Because we can distract ourselves more when we're so concerned about others. So I say this, be the light, shine, vibrate in that high frequency to a point where people will then come to you and say, how can I be in that space with you? And you can say, here's what's worked for me. Because if you're not operating in that space, you operate in a dangerous space that Bell Hooks talked about in the meditation. If you scroll back to that and see that, that is the space that I was often in when I was in traditional spaces. It's that people were saying one thing and doing another. And what they were saying and selling to people, people were not seeing fruit in their lives, and they were frustrated. They were not seeing healthy relationships. They were not seeing growth in their lives financially or spiritually. Why? It's because the people who were telling them that were reading from a book and just quoting things, but they weren't living it themselves. So it wasn't working for everybody else. So everybody else was admonished, and they were told, hey, keep working harder, but they were never seeing fruit. It's because they were not demonstrating fruit. They were just preaching fruit. So this is how we want to bring us all into alignment. Okay, well, let's take one or two more tea and then we'll close it on out today. I love y'all. What a great way to end the year of alignment and to close it into 2022 as we get to that space.
It looks like we have more comments.
Okay, look, we got so many great comments that are coming in that I'm looking forward to reading those spaces tonight when I get a chance to go over them. And when we're going through things, we can get them in here. Okay, great. We can see them. We can put up a few comments, T, as you want, as I begin to close out today. Today's message, I don't even want to look at the clock because I'm not. I don't even want to know. I want to be like I'm in that tube, T. I'm in that tube. I'm in the vortex here. So what I'm going to do to y'all, I'll do for y'all, is we're going to pronounce in this space today that you are operating from this moment forward in a space of alignment. One of the things that we talk about as we close out 2020, as we are in the space of cleansing, we're in the space of closing, we're in the space of connecting, not just as a fellowship, but as individuals who are on this path with you. We are excited about what has transpired over this last year. When you look at circumstances that appear to be obstacles, when you're approaching them from a space of practical growth, they are not obstacles, they're opportunities. We've had some great opportunities. If we'd have just thrown our hands up and said, look, there's no way we can get together, we would not be meeting each other as we've met each other over the course of this year and a half. But everybody decided to go into their cocoon. Everybody decided to go into their vortex. Everybody decided to be cooperating components in the success of growth, in the success of family. So let's continue to pour it in, y'all. Let's continue to lift each other up. Let's continue to operate from a space of knowing that all is good, that all is well. I pronounce in your life in this moment radiant health. I pronounce in your life in this moment open doors. I pronounce in your life and proclaim in this moment all the good that is due to you, that has been stored up in a vortex, waiting for you to tap into the space, waiting for you to turn away from what you can't do into the space of what you can and will, so that now you are the cooperating component in your own success. So I proclaim in this moment to the Spirit of God. I proclaim in this moment to the spirit of the ancestors. I proclaim in this moment to the spirit of the cosmos. I proclaim in this moment to all of the connecting patterns that let us know that no matter what names we call, no matter what energies we put into the universe, we recognize that it is all one. So from this space of oneness for 2021, I proclaim that all is in alignment right now, that there are no accidents, that there are no mistakes, that everyone has arrived in this moment of recognition right now, renewed, pouring from the space of overflow that comes from the divine spirit of the one. And I proclaim right now fearlessness moving forward. I proclaim right now abundant confidence. I proclaim right now the space of divine peace, the space of divine joy, an abundant well that does not need replenishing because it is constant and it is eternal and it is always moving forward. We embrace this love right now. Deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. If eyes haven't been closed, close the eyes, hands over the heart. I proclaim release of the self-defeating behaviors. I can proclaim release of any doubt that we do not deserve the good. I proclaim release of any fearfulness or unsurety, because I proclaim the clarity that everyone is feeling right now. Oh, I feel it. Oh, I feel the clarity. I feel the recognition that this is the space that I was born to be in. I proclaim that all the blinders are off now. That as all eyes are closed, we are no longer distracted by the circumstances that seem to be close to us, the circumstances that seem to have locked us in and frozen us in. Instead, I proclaim the freedom of being able to see and feel our dreams, to smell them, to touch them, to connect with them. Oh, what a sweet feeling. Oh, what a sweet feeling it is to know. Oh, what a sweet feeling of the divine shining within us, each and every one of us, a specific and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful aspect of the divine, the getting to know one another and to know the divine by connecting with each other. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the message today. Thank you for the people today. Thank you for the voices represented today. Thank you for the stories of healing. Thank you for the stories of power. Proclaim in this moment the going forth into the world as lights, the embracing right now in this divine moment. We embrace the cleansing. We embrace the closing. We embrace the connecting. And we exist in the love. As we sit in this feeling, as we sit in this space of overflow, I speak that this love will continue to protect, to inspire, to uplift, and to love all those under the sound of my voice and all those who will be touched as we go forth from this place. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in, y'all. Exhale, let it go. As we close out today, I got to get up on that one too. As we close out today in the space today, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for joining us. The voices will not be on Instagram Live today, so we're going to take that off. We're good. Yeah. But the voices, if you miss them, they are on Instagram Live. And we have over 27 episodes, y'all, of the Voices of Infinity. We have 27, I believe, 28 episodes of the Voices of Infinity Unplugged. And you can go and check that out. It's a great way to boost your Sunday afternoon. You all, this is a great time to be you. So if you feel that you have transformed yourself in the the service today, if you feel that you have stepped up into the space today, we're ready to go forward in a brand new way. When we meet this week to determine how we're coming back in person, I expect to see each and every one of you at our New Year's Eve celebration, either in person or online. I expect to see each and every one of you in January when we reopen in this space. We expect to see each and every one of you Infinite Streamers as we create connection groups for you so that we can all stay connected wherever we are in the globe. And we expect all of this. Why? Because I'm going to tell you what you need to expect when you tune in here. You're going to expect to feel the good. You're expected to know the good. You're going to expect that we're going to continue to pour into you everything that you need to be as awesome as you were born to be. Because I know it, you know it, we know it, and that's part of the good. So as we gather together today, as we begin to close out, we want to sing our song. Come on, we're going to sing. Girls are going to come up. We're going to sing. Smooch is going to come up. We're going to sing and close it out today. We also want to remind you that if you're interested in becoming a member of Infinity, we are launching a new membership series soon. Send us an email to infinitynashville@gmail.com. That's infinitynashville@gmail.com. You can also find it on our website at myif.org. That's myif.org. Giving you all the information you need, because next week we're going to have yoga mats on the floor. So I'm inviting all of y'all to make that change. Get on the yoga mat with me next week, and let's end this year in style, ready to head into the next one. Start that track again for me, Daniel, so I can hear it full volume. We're going to be joined by Sister Kamaria here on the microphone. She's going to help us sing our song on the way out. Go ahead and start it for me again, Daniel, so I can start. Yes. Yes. I love it. In a minute, we're going to put the words up. And again, if you're a first timer, we absolutely love you. So we invite you. Let's rock it out. Stand at home. Sway to the left and to the right. If you got people around you, hold their hands. If you're at home alone, just cross your hands over your chest. We're going to sing this and we're going to rock this. You believe this may be the last time in 2021 we get to sing this together. We're going to invite you to sing it with us because you recognize that the light is in us all. The words are on the screen. We invite you to sing along with us. The song is called If. Let's sing together. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, Remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Come on now. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Come on, Smooth. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the power of the ancestors, rest, rule, rock, will abide with you from this moment, here and evermore. We sing together. Amen. Hotep Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Till I see you again next week, Yoga Sunday, and everything else we got at Infinity. This has been Rev Jeff and the entire Infinity family reminding you that you are loved. And guess what? That's a fact you cannot change. We'll see you next time.